You know, if you close your eyes and you think REI, you think of a green color. You think about this insulated parka, beautiful green color on the outside with this beautiful tan cream interior. And that feels like it has always been there.
Colors are so visceral and they have such an emotional response. It's almost akin to recognizing shapes or looking at tree bark and seeing faces. We're so engineered as humans to look for that kind of familiarity in things.
Pretty much everyone makes decisions every day about color in their own lives. Color is just so joyful. I've been doing this a long time, I still get excited about it. Our color design team covers everything from color and print trend and concept into design, strategy, all the way through development, working with mills on lab dips, strike-offs, dye recipes, color fastness. We build the palette, we build out franchise, direction, pretty much everything that's color related comes through us.
There was a moment in time in the outdoor industry when color choice was very pragmatic because you were very limited in terms of the resources that you had. Oftentimes, that forced color choices. You look back and that becomes your sort of signature. The project to establish our archive color has been a conversation that members of the team have been having in the background for years. If we had to express our brand through 4 or 5 fundamental colors, what would be those colors?
That starts to tap into like cultural memory. We're not looking at something seasonal or trend-based. It's looking back to see like what are the colors that represent us since 1938.
We looked across our history and identified some key iconic pieces that really spoke to us very emotionally. You just got very excited about that color and that product and that material.
I've always been inspired by something that has staying power, and I love when we see things that are 60 years old and they still feel relevant today.
If you look back historically through how REI has shown up in physical spaces, it's pretty broad. We didn't even have a logo until after 1956. It forced our creative team and the color design team to look back and synthesize all of these ideas and cultural moments and emotions and bring all of that into a singular color expression.
We landed in 4 colors: REI Red, REI Yellow, REI Blue, and REI Green. Blue, yellow, and red are pretty iconic outdoor colors. And of course, REI Green is a very important color for us. And I think it's color that still feels modern now because of just that enduring quality.
The beloved Co-op anorak. Even there, you see how like the color has been taken down a little bit over time.
Our yellow was really a color that was inspired by many years of iconic yellow tents that REI has made. And the sleeping bag also had blue and yellow in it in a primary combination, which was one of the reasons we also were inspired to go after those 3 colors specifically.
There's something about that blue, the way that it's held up. It has like an intensity that's really, really special. There's a red that has kind of stayed the course, and you see it running through into the 70s, into the cruiser packs. That just feels right in a backpack. It's piercing, but in a really, really good way.
How many greens are there? It feels like an infinite scale, but which one is truly REI? That green might be too yellow, or, oh, that green has too much blue. It turned out that there was one green puffy jacket that was pretty much it.
Amanda needed to go and custom dye a color to actually match the green because none of what we were looking at seemed to be the right match.
We actually worked with a third party to create its unique standard, so it's the only color like that. That singular jacket was very important in telling part of our history.
There's an interesting thing with color and memory and just how all of these emotions are evoked. Time has a way of manipulating them in ways that you may or may not expect. So we don't know if that color green is exactly the way it was when it was first made. That's the beauty of zooming out and looking at it over time, is you can look at it holistically and then realize what that truth is now, and it is this color green.
I think we're finally in a moment where we're able to take inspiration from the past, but then reinterpret into a multitude of different products.
At the same time, we were starting to launch our Campwell product, which really was a great space to hero some of these colors for the first time with these heritage-inspired but still modern pieces. One of the best parts of being on this team is the thinking about color not just as a concept, but really truly in the product and being used by the customer.
Color is just one element of the product process that we can utilize to share our stories.
When we are able to have that nuanced conversation of brand identity through color, we're able to bring people into that nostalgia, into that long-term memory of who we've been over time, and it's something that you can feel like you're a part of. I don't know, is that silly to be like, it's here?
No. Not at all.
Okay.
You know what silly is? In fact, I'm going to get goosebumps. That's silly. Everyone's getting a little too excited.